Hi, everyone. This is Neil Kilbey and the
one, Peter Schmitz, yes.
Peter Schmitz. Well done. Well done. Hi, everyone. We're continuing with the Claude Hopkins scientific advertising. We're now on chapter 19, and he calls this one letter writing. And you might as well substitute in there and email writing. It's the same thing. So all of the things that he was doing 100 years ago still count exactly today. So he refers to one customer, one person who's a buyer with $50 million to spend every year and got awards for buying. He's reviewing all the letters he sees every day, and in 1 minute he'll throw 20 in the bin, and then all of a sudden he'll stop with one letter and put it to one side. And Claude Hopkins, being a scientific person, said, why? And the first reason was, the first thing that he discovered was the header. That was the first thing. So Peter, do you want to take it from there?
Well, it's the headline, yeah. What is, people are going to notice the headline first. It's obviously in bold type or bigger font or something like that, so it catches your attention. And the reality is what Claude is saying is, whatever this scientific test he did is, if it doesn't catch your attention, you're not going to read the rest of the letter. And oops, your phone's ringing. And so
my apologies.
It's very important to get the header correct, the headline. And so if you look at any advertising method today, whether it's
professionalism, Peter, professional at all times. Carry on.
Cover that topic, I guess. But anyway, back to this topic of the headline. We all know what they are. It's the subject line of an email. If your attention's not captured by the subject line, you're not going to even open the email. It's the same as a Facebook ad or any other kind of ad. The headline is critical. And if you study any of the very good copywriters in the world today, they will all tell you the same thing, which pretty much originates from Claude Hopkins.
Yeah, you've got to grab people's attentions. If you're writing a letter and the subject line has not got people to, it hasn't done its job of getting the people to read the letter, that is the subject lines or the headers absolute intention. It must grab the reader's attention so that they will then go on to read the rest of the letter.
And there's a whole point here called congruency, so that the subject line needs to flow into what the body copy is. And so you don't want to have one subject line and then a totally different, content. And that's really misleading to the consumer, and you will lose them in a heartbeat if your congruency is not there.
And that's congruency going back as well, because if you've sent out an ad and somebody's responded to that, then you send them an email. It's all got to be congruent so that it all makes sense, and it pulls them along those chain of events.
So there we go.
That's right. Okay. Well, there you go. That's a simple one, ladies and gentlemen. It's true today now as it was 100 years ago. We're just changing the platforms, but the logic, the science of it is always the same that it was done. And it's exactly the same today as when Claude Hopkins was testing it with letters and adverts in newspapers 100 years ago, as it is to do on Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. Peter, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.